Meghan and Harry finally merchandise their children. That's right, Archie and Princess Lily. Prince Archie, maybe, should I say. Well, it's always very confusing, isn't it? Because even, well, some of Meghan's friends can't remember their birthdays of their own children. You know what I'm saying? But as ever, let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you, chums. Thank you so much for joining me today. And by the way, I'm glad you enjoyed that lovely video that I felt was interesting, all about the gaslights and the cinema and the London. It's just terrific stuff, isn't it? We all like the same stuff in the end. A lot of you said you wouldn't mind going to a cinema where it was cozy and they had the gaslights. But as I said, you see, when they did that originally, so we'll have a wave. Nice to see you. Got carried away there. Welcome, one and all. Brand new subscribers too. Now, as I said, apparently, you see, when they did that originally, some of the gas lights, if you didn't get the temperature right, would blow up. Can you imagine? You've been sat in the dark and suddenly the lights blow up. Must be terrifying, don't you think? But nonetheless, atmospherical. So thank you for supporting that video. They're always free. They're always available. So if you just need to go back a couple of days and look out for the one with the globe that has, you know, this sort of Neil Sean globe on it. That's normally the nostalgia area what we get to. Always lovely to share those stories with you though. Let's get back, of course, to your royal story of the day. Meghan and Harry have done a very good job, haven't they, of, you know, sort of teasing over the many months, years now, about their children, the children that we never really see. They're pixelated. They went to Disney, pixelated, suddenly. And as I said to you before, it kind of annoys me, this particular ridiculous stories, you know, where they say adorable pictures of the children. There's nothing adorable about them because you can't see them, right? So if you can't see them, how can they be adorable? You get the picture. What's interesting, in my opinion, here, though, is this particular bon mot, you see, because now lots and lots of people are looking at the disaster that is Meghan Markle's Netflix deal. And she can dress it up any way she wants. But the content creator, the sort of person in charge of all the content, she's kind of done with them, you know. I mean, you can smell, it's just there. They're not bothered, really. But Meghan desperately trying herself, pushing ahead with a Christmas special, whatever you want to call it, and consequently trying really hard to make sure that people are slightly interested in them. And she tried everything, the mother, the children, Harry surfing, you name it. She threw everything. But it was all too little too late. And actually, if she'd have included the children, even for just a few fleeting moments, that would have shown a bit of humility, a bit of warmth, a bit of humanness about Meghan. It's simply not there. When you interview her, you can see she's devoid of any warmth or indeed personality. She only lights up when she's talking about herself. Her children, she closes her eyes about, oh, they're great, they're wonderful. Now the story goes, according to an online site, that they're going to have their own TV series. Archie and Lily are going to be on the telly, and this is all going to be through the Netflix deal. How true is that story? Well, let me break it down for you because it's quite simple. And this is the problem that you have when you get these particular stories. You see, the idea really is that Netflix would have liked Archie and Lily involved in some element of Meghan's big deal. And in particular, if you remember, she was very keen initially to show them off on that, their only success with Netflix, their documentary. Couldn't wait, of course, to breach their own privacy and put in Lily and Archie. And then a few months ago now, she decided again to make sure she invaded her own privacy, this time around with her twerking video, because apparently she tried everything else, but nothing was making Lily arrive. I mean, crass doesn't come into it, right? Again, here's where this gets really interesting, because the story goes that, you know, it's a very dangerous area, etc., etc. Basically, it's not happening. And there's two reasons for that, right? The reason simply is this. Netflix do not want to shell out any more money. What they would be interested in, and this is the story, the real story about the Archie and Lily, is should they finally persuade Harry to get the cameras rolling on the commemorative celebration look at his late mother, Diana, the Princess of Wales, then that would be the ideal time to reveal the children. You know, perhaps if you look at them or they have a look of Diana, etc. As I told you exclusively a while back though, the only time that people have seen them, the very few crew members on the one visit where they came for a nano brief moment to that particular set, everybody said the same thing. They simply look like Prince Harry. All of it, you know, the eyes, everything, the skin tone, literally everything. Nobody can see any element of Meghan Markle and the children. Of course, children can change, and eventually you start to look like the individuals, obviously. But what's interesting here is the story goes that this is a TV show about Archie and Lily, and via Netflix. That's not the story. What I've just told you is. As ever, it's developing, and when I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.